say?
Top Billin. Man, villains, I'm heartbroken for my man Kenny McIntosh. Once again, he will not get a chance to showcase the type of skill set that I know succeeds in the NFL, because this boy is as balanced as you can imagine as far as being able to catch the ball out of the backfield. He worked on his pass protection game, and we know what he can do with the ball in his hands. Inside and out runner, can make you miss, can run you over with the best of them, has really good size, has really good burst for the position. Maybe not great time speed, but his football speed, I'm here to tell you, right? And let's not act like when he got a chance last year, right? Only 31 carries, right? But still, you see that 5.5 average. He had a few receptions there. It looks like somebody that, if given the opportunity, could be a lead back for a franchise. Now, he just happens to play for the Seattle Seahawks that are absolutely loaded at the running back position. So as bad as this could be for most teams, not the Seattle Seahawks, right? They just drafted a cat in the 7th round, another 7th round pick, just like Kenny McIntosh, by the name of Damian Martinez. I did a joint on him. I could repurpose that for you right here. You can see what's going on. But beyond that, man, I'm liking what I'm hearing out of camp as far as the run game goes. Zach Charbonnet and, of course, Kenneth Walker going to be doing their thing. It's going to be a heavy focus and a heavy emphasis on the run game. So you can imagine the type of smash mouth football they're going to be playing, because that defense is going to be lights out. I'm here to tell you that right now. Run the ball, control the line of scrimmage, both lines of scrimmage, punish people. That's what wins in the NFL. You can ask that team that won that Super Bowl what's a winning formula, and I believe the Seattle Seahawks are definitely going down that road. Check it out.
Early impressions of the movie actually offered.
They are definitely running the ball, which I like to see. We got some great running backs, and then also they're like a outside zone, like stretch type of team. So it's pretty hard for me sometimes, getting in my stance, and you don't know whether the guard and tackle are going to like completely run that way or this way. So you kind of have to like get adjusted to that.
Is there something unique about how it keeps the D-line honest, I guess, what you're saying?
Yeah, for sure. Like sometimes it's easy for me to read like when the ball's coming my way, but they're doing a good job of like we're even using fullback, which is like pretty rare nowadays, and they're shifting them from out, like lined up at like a wide receiver. They'll shift them all the way back to the behind the ball, and it just tricks the defense a little bit.
When you faced offenses in the past that have really like been committed to the outside zone, over the course of the game, does that kind of take it? I imagine you're covering more ground as defensive line. Does that have a wearing out effect over the course of the game?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I remember we played the Falcons last year, and they kind of had a similar scheme, and Bijan Robinson. Able to just stretch the ball, cut back, and find holes and stuff like that. It's definitely hard on the defense because you're stretching the ball for so long, and everyone has to have their gap integrity the whole time. So sometimes it's hard to stay in my gap running sideways for like 5 or 6 yards. You know what I mean?
Yo, shouts to your boy Bog Kat. Perhaps the most underrated player in the NFL. One of the best players in the NFL. Bull should have made All-Pro, in my opinion, and definitely should have made the Pro Bowl without having to be an alternate. Bog Kat giving up the goods, talking about the Seattle Seahawks and how difficult it is for him to kind of read the run game. He mentioned the Atlanta Falcons game last year, and I remember that game and with some of the stuff that Bijan Robinson was doing. That's when I was like, that boy Bijan, cool, right? He had some really dope runs, but you can see the type of how would you say this? The type of stress that it puts on the interior lineman. I almost don't like these type of schemes being combated against with nose tackles, right? 0 technique, 1 techniques. As funny right here, though, you see Hankins in a 3 technique. But I want you to watch this. We'll watch this nasty, straight up nasty here. But watch this. So he talked about standing your gap, moving laterally. You guys have been watching me for however many years. I've preached about this, right? Being able to keep that foot energy, stand on a lateral plane. You want to be able to walk it this way, which is very hard to do, right? 300-pound guys like that, 290-something pound guys like that, being able to have that type of quickness to stay parallel to the line of scrimmage while not getting walled off. While you have somebody like Bijan Robinson who is stressing that bad boy, running right? He's not going to run full speed. He's going to be measured in his approach because he can obviously cut this back depending on what happens with the people running front side here. So you got Roy Robertson and Hankins. Hankins does a pretty good job, right? They combo him. You can see right there. They combo him real quick, climb up to Dotson, but watch Robertson Harris here. He gets walled off. Then you see Drake London here on the stock on Kayvon Wallace. You can see that starting to build up right there. That's exactly what you want right here, and you can see that. They did that to perfection. Now, if you're Dotson, somebody like Dotson can't get hung up on a block, right? Like an old head, you can't get hung up on a block. He needs to be able to shed that and make sure his presence is felt right here to maybe can make your boy continue that outside to where you should have a hook on the end right here to funnel that back to the inside towards Dotson. However, none of that happens, as we can see here. And Hankins, not fleet of foot enough to get someone like Bijan Robinson. Now, that could be anybody because Bijan is that good right here, but he was able to work it parallel. You see him keeping that foot energy, being parallel to the line of scrimmage right here, chopping it up, shuffling like basketball, right? You want to continue to that because that measured approach there and keeping it parallel keeps you in a gap. Keeps you in a gap. And I forgot the right here, Jerome Baker coming back weak side here. So you're stressing that as well. He's not able to get into play because it could be a really quick stress and cut back against the grain hard, and Jerome Baker wouldn't be there if he tried to press that forward too. So this puts a lot of stress on the defense. I was not a big fan of zone running, right? Especially when I first started in my career because I was fresh coming off of playing. And I love power schemes, gap schemes, and all that. But I've grown to appreciate these type of schemes right here, and they can be very impactful, especially if you get somebody getting walled off like Roy Robertson right here. So you can see exactly what that can do. And then you talk about Big Cat himself, right? You see him. They're able to put a double on him. They double him, kind of wall them off right there, and he's not going to be able to get involved in this play no matter how great he is or whatever like that. It's just pretty much a matter of physics at that particular point, right? A lot of traffic going on in there, and he still can't get to the play. So exactly what he's talking about. But you got to have your third-level players come up and attack and stitch everybody who tries to tackle Bijan. But you can't forget about George Holani and, of course, like I spoke about previously, your man Damian Martinez. I expect Martinez to be very good. George Holani is very talented himself. And, of course, we know what Zach Charbonnet is hitting for. He's going to crush some people's soul. I think he is the best suited out of everybody on the team. Maybe Damian Martinez with the stretch zone because he's not going to play no frills. He's going to get north-south when it's time to get north-south. And you can imagine him being very patient as far as the stretch portion goes. And then you get up to the third level with somebody like yeah, it's lights out. But same deal for Kenneth Walker. He's going to make chicken salad out of chicken shit. We can see him doing a myriad of things as well. So that run game is going to be nasty. It's going to be up to that offensive line. Definitely can't wait to see how that takes shape. So make sure you keep it locked right here. It's your boy, the Underground King, still doing the damn thing. Year 12, year 13, I don't know what it is, baby, but I'm still locked in here with my media deal, and we're doing it. We're doing it, baby. We're doing it big. So patreon.com/topbillin during the regular season, we're going to get it in. A lot of extra content and all the content that gets chopped up. You know what it means. Peace.
What more can I say?
Top Billin.